Welcome everybody for moving within the light and the dark, working with owl lessons. And we're going to review a little bit, some warm up. So let's activate your hands. Think about the owl while you warm your hands. Even if you don't really live near owls, we've been talking about them and their features and the grooming that they do to stay so light and fluffy because they fly very slowly through the sky and silently. All right, so let's just start with stroking your head around the back of your head and then around to the front of your throat. And then stroke down your belly, down your legs, just smoothing everything out, but connecting your whole body really quickly. And then hang out at your kidneys for a moment and just calming as you hold your kidneys for a moment. And then let's just rock a little bit on our sit bones. So this is kind of our perch. Our sitting bones are kind of like a perch. So as you rock a little forward and back, just feel that settling in on your seat. All right. And then let's do a little fluffing, some owl fluffing. So rub your hands and let's just really think of pulling up in the skin. So we've done this in other series, but just think about really fluffing your tissue as you pull, and then shake out your hands every now and then just so that you don't get tired in your hands doing this. So do the breasts, the belly, around in a circle, and the legs. Fluff the legs all the way down, fluffing. And, you know, we're not doing a perfect job here, but it's waking up the tissue a little bit in your back and then a little bit in your head, fluffing around your head and a little bit in your face. Imagine if you had all these feathers around your eyes the way owls do that, you know, are like little radars to hear with, yeah, to focus the sound toward your ears. It's an amazing idea. Okay, and all around your neck and throat. Breathing. All right, and then we're gonna go right to the ground, bring your t-shirt with you, and we're gonna go to the floor and continue. Okay, so we're gonna be on the floor and I have a towel here for my head, and we're gonna put the t-shirt on and we're gonna do some more warm up on the floor. So let's go for it. Don your shirt here. All right. Now you can keep your eyes open or closed. We don't have to have them open right now. Let's rub your hands. Bend your knees so they're hip width apart. All right, and then let's just cup the right eye. Gotta uncover my mouth here. Cup the right eye with your right hand, left ear with your left hand. And then let's just make a circle with the right eye. And keep your left hand quiet. And just feel how your head moves a little bit. And then move your elbow around in a circle of the right hand, just so that you're making the movement by lifting a shoulder and plopping it. So you're kind of making this circle and in reverse. Lift your right shoulder to move the elbow. So it comes from a deeper place, the movement. And then go back to moving with just the hand and see if that feels different. Can you feel your shoulder settling in the floor more? And then reverse. Okay. And then just pause with your hands here. And then let's make a circle with the left hand on the left ear. Again, leave the right hand quiet so you're not moving that right hand. Reverse the circle. Okay, Now make that with the elbow of the left arm so that the elbow's lifting, the left shoulder's lifting. So it comes up a little higher. And then reverse, really move your left shoulder to move your elbow that moves your hand. You see how we're doing this funny kind of thing. And then rest your arms for a minute, rest your legs, and just roll your head a little side to side. And stop and rest for a moment. And just feel the contact with the floor. So it's you can do these lessons without the t-shirt. Sometimes you may not have a t-shirt handy when you do this, but feel the difference using this. It's like that extra eyelid or membrane over the eye. You know, it makes us go deeper inward. Okay, so let's bend your knees, spread your feet. And now, let me think here, take your left hand on your left eye, the right hand on the right ear. Let's make a circle around the left eye with your palm. Just breathing. Just keep it simple right now. Just the hand, feeling the back of your head. Is your pelvis tense? Can you feel, maybe lift one foot and drop it as you make the circle, and then lift the other foot and drop it, and then reverse your circle and keep lifting and dropping a foot. Good. Now make that movement with your left elbow, reaching for the sky and around, and that moves your hand. Yeah. So the shoulder lifts and then plops down, and reverse the circle. And then see if you can lift one leg and plop. Then lift the other leg and plop. Good. And then leave it and rest with your hands in this position. And then let's make a circle with the right ear hand, the right hand around the ear. Yeah. And reverse. Keep breathing. Right. Relax as you do it. And now use your elbow to do that. So you're lifting the right shoulder. Yeah. And then the other way. And now lift one foot and plop. And the other foot as you make the circle. Reversing. Good. And rest. Bring your arms down. Let's roll your head side to side. Okay. Just a different kind of warm up today. Something that is building on what we've developed now. It may not be so foreign to make these circles and then be able to move the rest of your body. And so with the owl that has these fixed eyeballs that don't move in the socket, they have to be able to move their head freely and then separate from their arms. So we're kind of approximating that experience now with our shoulders moving independent of your head, you see? So let's bend your knees now. And we're going to do something different today. If you can, if your head is comfortable with this, take away, if you've got something under your head, take it away, because you're going to take one hand, and let's do the right hand underneath your head so that your head's resting on the palm of the right hand. And if you cannot reach your hand behind your head, some people can't do that, reach it toward the top of your head, wherever you can touch, okay? All right. And if you need to, you can leave your towel there and put your hand behind your head. So all those options. Okay, now take before we do all that, let's activate your hands a little bit, warm them up, rub them. Get them nice and warm. And then put that right hand behind your head and the left hand over your eye, the left eye. Okay. Begin to make a circle now with the left eye. And wow, what a difference it is now to have your hand instead of on the ear behind your head, right? Feel what's different about that. Obviously, you might feel the movement of your head, right? In a very different way. So as you reverse the circle, feel, keep going, reverse again. Feel that contact with the back of your hand, yeah? Okay, now leave your hands still and let's just move your knees left and right, okay? So that you're rolling your pelvis. Roll your pelvis left and right and feel with your hands, right? This movement at your hips. You can feel it maybe a little bit, yeah? And then come back to the middle. Okay, now go back and make a circle with the left hand. And slowly, very slowly take your knees to the right and leave them there. And then reverse the circle, leave your knees to the right. And then come back to the middle, keep making a circle with that left hand and go across to the left with your knees. So your pelvis is tilting to the left. Keep making that circle, reverse the circle. All right. Now lift your elbow so you're making this circle with your shoulder and then reverse. And bring your knees back up to the middle. All right, that's a lot. Let's rest. You can lengthen your legs if you like. Bring your arms down to rest. Breathing now. This is very stimulating to your brain and your whole system. So we want to make sure that you rest. For some people, especially if you've had a fall or a head injury, a whiplash, or just a lot of tension in your neck, this is very kind of big stuff, okay? So you want to let your body calm down in between these movements. You can feel like we've been dusting or something and there's dust in the air and we want to let it settle. All right, so just dusting off all these connections. Now it's very different when we do this other side. So bend your knees, let's rub your hands together. One arm sometimes just goes behind your head easier than the other arm. I want you to notice that. So now as you place your left hand behind your head, just see how that feels to rest your head on your hand and then the right hand on the right eye, okay? So you might even though we probably haven't done this movement before, there's a way that you prefer one side or the other. Okay, now, let's try it again. Let's take your right hand and make a circle around the right eye slowly. And notice what's going on everywhere. Where does your attention go? Keep breathing. Relax your shoulders and then reverse. Go the other way. Nice. Now, make that movement with your elbow making the circle. So you lift the right elbow and the shoulder and feel how different that is. Yeah, can you relax in the back of your neck? Go the other way with the circle, lifting your elbow. Yeah, and now take slowly as you lift your elbow, tilt your knees to one side and keep lifting your elbow in a circle around the eye. And go the other way and then slowly move your knees back to the middle. And then to the other side. Feeling, there's so much to feel. So when you review this lesson, reverse, just each time you do, just notice what's different. What do you sense as you make this circle? Now pause with your knees in the middle and just make a circle with a hand again. Yeah. And then reverse the circle. And then let's rest. And feel the contact with the floor as you rest. Let's roll your head a little bit. And if you need to put that towel under your head again as you rest for the comfort of your head and neck, please do that. And breathing and just letting the floor take any tension from you that is just ready to go. Let go. Roll your head a little bit side to side and just see how that feels now to roll your head. Okay. So one of the things about owls is they can turn their heads so incredible. Of course, they have twice as many vertebrae in their neck, but still, it's pretty remarkable. And they need to have that flexibility because their eyes can't move independently. So we're going to keep simulating this so that we can maximize our vertebrae in our neck, but also our entire skeletal structure, from head to toe, but particularly through your spine. All right, so we're going to roll slowly up to kneel. Now, if you aren't comfortable kneeling, take this off for a moment. So you can put something under your knees, but I just want to finish this, and we'll do this more in the after class as well, because we just don't have time to do this whole lesson, but just as an integration. So you can do this with or without your hood. I'm going to put the hood on just for a second, just so you can see if you want to see. Okay, so you're going to have one hand on your ear. Let's take the right hand on the ear and the left hand on the eye. Okay, now don't do any circles or anything, but just shift from knee to knee. And then make a circle with the right hand on the right ear as you shift from knee to knee. And then leave it and make a circle with the eye hand as you shift from knee to knee. Okay, so this is really a fun little balance practice. And then you can take one foot to standing. So let's take the left foot to standing. So you're balancing with the left foot and the right knee. This is very advanced, but I just want to show you a couple positions, and then making circles with one ear. Yeah, as you shift forward and back, or with one eye as you shift forward and back. And then come back to your knees. Let's come off for a minute. Just sit for a moment off your knees. So if you can't do that on your knees, what we would do is just play with this in sitting, okay? And I'll show that in the after class, but I'm just pointing this out now. All right. So then we would switch. So you have the left ear, right hand, and then we can do those circles. I'm not going to show the whole thing, but you can play with this circle with one eye. You can play with either tucking the back toes under for a little more balance support. That will give you some more balance as you shift. And then the ear, making circles, and you can kind of go from one foot to the knee, kind of rocking, shifting your weight. And then let's come up to stand. All right, so you can stand with or without your hood. I'm just taking it off right now. It looks a little better on camera. And you can just feel now, shift your weight, and you can lift one knee and feel how your balance is standing on one leg now. Feel, if you were to just almost hop up and down. Remember how we did this fluffing? Yeah, maybe start with two legs on the ground. And let's do some ending with shaking. So fluffing, yeah, and then a little more, just not full jumping, but just coming up, lifting up a little more with your legs and fluffing your arms and shoulders and shifting from side to side. Yeah, and then let's walk around a little bit and just see how you feel. You can sometimes put one hand on the very top of your head to feel your head now on top of your spine, turning your head. See how your head turns now. There's a feeling of just really your head right over your feet, yeah? And then, that's the end of this 4th class, but we're gonna now go on to the bonus material. I'll talk more about balance practices that we can do with some more advanced things with this eye and ear connection of the owl. So thanks so much for joining me for this series. The next series is the salmon, which is going to be just awesome and really great to continue on with some of these high-level awareness practices. Anyway, thank you all.